What's up, everybody? So today we have a new video. We're going to be talking about van build essentials because we're talking so much about building vans. Let's talk to you about what you need to make sure that you save time and that you have the proper tools that you need to get your van built. This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Going into work. Oh, never gets old just walking 10 steps. It's a really hard commute, huh, babe?
Really hard commute.
I'm gonna go over a bunch of the stuff that we use for our cabinetry that really saves us a ton of time. Yes, there are other ways to do it without things like this handy dandy jig, but this really is so much easier than trying to do it on your own. So we got this from Rockler. Again, everything will be linked down below in our blog, and we'll even share more stuff than we're just showing. So a drawer slide jig really saves a ton of time, makes it super easy and just time efficient. Next is our hinge jig. This is what we use to put our hinges into the fronts of our cabinets. Again, Craig makes this really nice. We love it. There's really nothing else to say about that one. Next up is another Craig product, which is a pocket jig. So this is actually what we use to build our face frame so that you don't see screws. So this is really, really nice. It kind of conceals the screws in the face frame and makes it a lot stronger. So we love using this. That's how we build our face frames, is using that bad boy. Next Craig jig, we love Craig around here, is the cabinet pull jig. So this is really easy to use. You just adjust these two little gray pieces down here depending on the size of your handle. And then you adjust this other piece that slides up and down on the back for how far down on the front of the cabinet your handle is going to go. Makes it really easy. Again, you don't have to measure. All you have to do is find the center line of your cabinet and then use this. So again, really time saving and efficient when you're putting on a bunch of handles. Next is one of my favorite things. This isn't really a van build essential necessarily, but I feel like it's an essential for your van, which is the pneumatic hinges for upper cabinets. Now we use these on all of our upper cabinets. Really easy to install. The instructions kind of suck because these are made in China, but they're pretty easy once you get the hang of it to install this. And this actually helps keep your upper cabinets closed as well. One of the other things that we do when we build our face frame is it has a little bit of a lip on the bottom, so if anything slides forward in your cabinet, it's not actually hitting the door, it's hitting more of the face frame so that stuff doesn't fly out, and these keep the uppers closed really well. Now for lower cabinets, those are prone to fly open, whether it's a door or a drawer, and so we use these push latches that are made by Campin, again from Amazon. We'll link them down below. This is how we keep the lower cabinets closed. They work really well. They are prone to break over time, but they're really cheap, so it's easy to swap them out if they break. But it is the best solution that we have found when it comes to keeping doors and drawers closed on your lowers without having to have, you know, more of the marine style latch that some people just don't like the look of it. So these are more like hidden latches. Now it's Alex's turn. These are my essentials because I usually do the cabinet hardware stuff. Okay, hold on. Intermission to see this cute face. Oh, dude, you are so out. This is how we parent and work at the same time.
I just keep seeing more stuff I want to tell you about. Like this heat gun. Follow me over here, will you? In our last video, we talked about electrical in a van, and I did mention the heat gun. You really do need one of these for doing heat shrink if you're making your own cables. And along with that, I also talked about the hydraulic crimper. This thing is really sweet. Use this to make 2-watt cables for all of our battery-to-battery connections. Now let's talk about the things that you have to have on you all the time if you're doing a van build. You lose so much time if you're looking for a pencil or looking for a pen. True story, I love working with my father-in-law, Tom, but that guy always stole my pencil. And so it was very frustrating every time I went to go mark something and my pencil was gone because Tom had it. So I found this on Amazon, this sweet little pocket holder that goes onto my belt. I have this on me all the time. Sarah hates when we go out to stores and I'm wearing this, but I don't care. So in here, I have a Fat Boy mechanical pencil. I have a pen from Mercedes-Benz of, is it from?
Laguna Niguel.
Laguna Niguel.
Our second van. Yeah.
Sharpie permanent marker and a fine point mechanical pencil. Sometimes I even keep my chapstick in here, or you can put like a screwdriver in here, or you can put a pair of scissors in here. So it also has a nice pocket up top where you can put just a bigger item that you're using at that time. Because when you're working in a van carrying around an entire tool belt, not only is it inconvenient for what we're doing, but a van is so small that if you turn with a tool belt, you can actually bash a cabinet or scrape a wall. Such a small space, it doesn't really make sense. So for my tape measure, I have this handy dandy little tape measure holder. Again, just slides right on my belt loop. Not big, doesn't take up a lot of space on my butt, but then I can just clip my tool belt on here and I don't ruin my belts or the back pockets of my pants anymore.
You meant tape measure. You said tool belt.
Tape measure. For my tape measure, I have this sweet little case that clips onto my belt. Really nice. This little clip. Another thing I did want to mention with the tape measure is the fact that I do like the auto locking tape measures. So this is a Milwaukee 16-foot auto lock. So when you pull it out, it doesn't just go back in all the way. It locks as soon as you pull it out, then you push the button to release. We are going to link all of these awesome tools and time-saving jigs in our blog post, which is linked below on our website, which is built on Squarespace, and this video was sponsored by Squarespace. Can't say enough how much we enjoy building our website and hosting it through Squarespace. One of the really cool features that we've talked about are the Amazon affiliate links and the easy way that you can integrate those, which we're going to do in our blog post with all of these products. Also, there are email opt-ins that are built right into Squarespace. When you go to our blog, you will see a box at the top of the page that has an opt-in for a free value product, 5 things you should know before you start your van conversion. End quote. Now, what's really cool about this is it's all hosted through Squarespace. So after you go and put your email address in there, you will receive an email that has the 5 things you need to know before starting your van conversion PDF in there for you to look at. Again, all that's hosted by Squarespace. No plugins, nothing that you have to do from another site or anything else that you have to create and plug into your website. It's all right there. Again, one of the reasons that we really enjoy building and working with Squarespace.
Head to squarespace.com to get a free trial, and we'll leave the link down below. You can get 10% off by using squarespace.com/40 hours.
There are no straight lines in a van. There probably are, but there's not a whole lot. So when you are working around the back of the van, when you're working around the ceiling portion of the van, a lot of times you need to scribe. And a scribe like this is super helpful. This I actually found at one of the local hardware stores. If we can find it on Amazon, we'll link it down below. You can just use a compass if you can't find something that is a specific scribe like this, but a scribe is super helpful. Along with that, this angle finder or adjustable T-bevel. So this is really helpful, especially when you're running your ceiling and the ceiling runs to the back of the van and you've got to find the angle that it hits at the back of the van, and then you've also got to find the angle that it hits at the back of the van this way. So there's 2 angles that you're finding and adjusting on your chop saw. When you build your van, it'll all make sense. All right, now let's talk power tools.
Yeah!
Boom. We are not sponsored by Milwaukee. It just happens that when you start to buy power tools, because of this battery, which these are some of the most expensive parts of these tools, when you have one battery pack from one brand, you're probably going to continue to buy that brand because they do all cross over as long as you're buying the same battery type. For example, with Milwaukee, they have an M16 or they have an M18. I do the M18, so all of my batteries are the M18 batteries. There's a really cool kit that they sell that I actually bought for myself at Home Depot for Christmas last year. We'll link it down below. That comes with a lot of the tools that you need. So if you are going to buy, like, if you have $500 to invest in tools for your build, this is probably the best $500 you could spend on power tools, because it's going to give you so many tools that you will need that I use all of the time. So it's going to come with 1 drill driver, it's going to come with 1 impact driver, it's going to come with 1 hacksaw, which is like a sawzall but just a little bit smaller. It's going to come with 1 multi-tool, and this is a really cool tool because right now I have an oscillating cutting blade on it, but it also has a head that you can adjust out and use it as a sander. It's going to come with 1 light, which that might not seem like a big deal. I use this thing all of the time, especially before I have the electrical hooked up in the van. And it's also going to come with 1 8-inch circular saw. That I actually use for cutting the foam backer board when I'm building the bathrooms and putting those together. Didn't put that on the table. 2 things that do not come in that kit that I do highly recommend you need for your build. 1 is a really good jigsaw. You're going to use a jigsaw a lot. And so having one that's really nice and is cordless saves you a ton of time of dragging cords around every time you need to use a jigsaw. And one of the most popular tools and most used tools in the shop is this vacuum. This thing gets used all the time because as you are building, the more you can keep the van clean, then the less dust is going to be and debris is going to be in the van when you turn it over to your clients or when you start actually living in it. So cleaning up as you go is super, super important. Now, there are like a million other things I could show you that I use on a daily basis. It's actually one of the things that when you're building a van, we always joke how many things we use during the day and how wrecked the shop is at the end of the day. So it's super important to clean up. If you're building in a driveway, work boxes are a great way to keep all of your tools in one place so that it's easy for you to put them away and pull them out and start working again the next day if you don't happen to have a shop and be building out of a shop. So I hope that you guys found this useful. Again, all this is linked in a blog post that you can find down below on our Squarespace website. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, drop them in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
And we'll see you guys next Sunday. And I know you want to see Baby Vance one more time. So here he is. He is just totally out. What a sweet boy. Okay, see you guys next week. Bye.